We begin with the African Development Bank, which is negotiating with its members to create a new fund to finance infrastructure projects in Africa. An official of the bank who spoke to Reuters said that there were many wealthy sovereign funds in the continent that could help to meet the infrastructure funding gap. The African Development Bank estimates the need of the African continent at $100 billion every year for the current decade and is financing around $8 billion, including $5 billion for the infrastructure projects in Africa. The bank's annual assembly held in Marrakesh will decide the size of the fund on Thursday. The bank would get funds from Libya, which will become an active member, Algeria, Equatorial Guinea and Botswana. Now, in South Africa, a group of Cape Town-based innovators has invented a process that turns waste into a new source of protein. In CCTV's Angelo Coppola with the story of Angry Protein that decided that taking fish from the sea to make fish meal for feedstock for farm animals was not sustainable.
Almost all of us understand that we should recycle tin, glass and plastic. But what we also do without fail is throw away good edible waste nutrients. Edible by flies, that is. They call it nutrient recycling. It's waste from restaurants, abattoirs, pig and cow manure that is then fed to the eggs of flies, and a new form of protein is created.
We compete with other protein sources, which are either land-based like soya, or for the more complex proteins, which we really compete with, fish meal. Now, the price of fish meal has gone up steadily. It's now hovering around the $2,000 a tonne mark. We can make our protein for much less than $800 a tonne. So there's a pure business case there, let alone the environmental impact and the impact on saving our seas.
The company has been working with the University of Stellenbosch near Cape Town for 4.5 years now to identify the right flies and waste product, and they are now ready to commercialise the business.
We're building a large-scale plant here in the Western Cape based on our current manufacturing plant. That'll make between 90 and 100 tonnes a day of protein. We reckon that we could have 1,500 of these plants across the world. But what we're going to do is license the technology. Because not only are we business people wanting to make money, but we also want to do some good for the environment, which is why we are going out to license the plant to enable this technology to spread right across Africa and right across the world as quickly as possible.
So what we have here is a commodity manufacturer producing a commodity that has a price. In this instance, the price of that commodity is unlikely to come down, unless someone discovers a new sea with new fish in it. That's the only way you're going to make more protein more cheaply.
It seems that flies are big business. In fact, they're more than big business. They're a new source of protein that's being created by keeping flies in cages. I'm Angelo Coppola for CCTV in Cape Town.
Now turning to early market numbers in key bourses that we're tracking for you at this hour. And really, we're seeing a mixed bag here. The Nigeria All-Share Index in the red as 37,358.74. The JSE in the red as well, 41,630.65. The Nairobi Securities Exchange in the green at 4,967.75. And finally, look at the EGX, which is in the red as well, 5,392.43. We'll give you plenty more 1700 GMT.